Welcome to the F3 podcast where we discuss all things that pertain to faith, family, and finances. And remember, no subject is off limits. We are your host today. I am Dr. Lionel M. Blair Sr., and I'm sitting next to the glorious, the wonderful, the radiant, the delicious.
All right now.
She is the sainted mother herself. She is Saint Jasmine the First, Dr. Jasmine Blair.
Welcome everybody to the F3 podcast.
Felt that.
Shout out to all of our new time and first time viewers. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we premiere a new episode. And remember, no subject is left uncovered. No subject is off limits. There's nothing we can say this team out. The only way we can't talk about it is YouTube say we can't talk about it.
Right.
Absolutely no subject, because we will talk about what your pastor won't. We will definitely talk about what your pastor won't. All right. So listen, we've got a great one for you today. We've got a very, very great topic. And I think this is a great topic because we are right in that season, y'all. You know, the holidays are coming up. Y'all getting ready to start doing y'all Thanksgiving, y'all Christmas, y'all Kwanzaa, y'all all these different things that you celebrate and honor. So before we get to all of that and get in our feelings and we get in the mom and them and just like last year and before we get in our everything to put us in our feelings, we're going to have an honest conversation here on the F3 podcast. Who is your real family? Who is your real family? Now, let me say this. I want to give a disclaimer. At the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you and your family, what is best for your peace, what is best for your mental health, and also what is best for your pockets. Consider the entire cost of whatever you're doing. Some of the things we're going to say today may not apply to you and your family, but I need you to remember everybody has not had the family that was in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. And likewise, everybody did not have the family from Precious. So as we're talking today, make sure you keep in mind your family and you decide to do what is best for you in your unique situation. So who is your real family? I'm going to pass this over to you to kind of really bring us into this topic because I got a lot to say on this topic. You know, I'm big on this subject. I wrote a whole book about it. If you haven't picked up the family test, go over to Amazon and pick up a copy because this is definitely, it's something that's important for every believer and understanding what it really means to go through that test and pass that test as a prerequisite for what God is calling you to do for him. But I'm going to pass this over to you. So who is your real family? This is a short answer. Give us a short answer and the detailed answer.
Well, your real family are the ones that real family is people you can trust, to me.
That's good.
You know, there's a difference between relatives and family, to me. Because everybody you're related to by blood can't necessarily be considered family.
That's good.
You know, and family are the ones that stick with you, they support you, they are with you.
Yeah.
You know, and that not just when it suits them. You know, not just when you blow up and then here come that distant cousin. Hey, cuz, we won't there. You know, family is the one who do the will of the Father. You know, I carried how Jesus carried. I'm sorry, and some people don't agree with my theology on this, but after counseling people for years and years and years, I've come to discover that a lot of people's problems stem from their family or their relations to their family.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we cover stuff concerning this family dynamic that a lot of people don't cover, like narcissistic parents. You have narcissistic and entitled children too. You have entitled children. We cover that too. But you have parents that think you owe them something, even though there was a slumlord crappy parent. Like I've seen parents literally run their children's credit up before they're even old enough to put anything in their name.
Turn 18, 19, ready to get your first apartment.
Yeah.
You realize you got three evictions and 2 repossessed cars, and you done only had a license for 2-3 years.
Right.
Terrible.
But then you owe your parents.
You owe utilities and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Did I live another life before?
Right, but then those same kind of parents feel like you owe them a relationship. No, you owe me money.
You owe them a relationship, you owe them retirement, and you owe them nursing care.
Right.
You are the retirement plan.
Yeah, so like when it comes to real family, really like when you really give your life to Jesus for real, and when you're really dedicated to the Lord for real, when you really live the faith for real, it's going to cause some kind of friction between yourself and those that are outside of the will of God. And I'm not saying it has to be a hate relationship. It don't have to be a hate relationship. It don't have to be one of those things where because you ain't in the will of God, I don't ever got to talk to you. No. But there are certain things about you I can't prioritize because my priorities are different now. You see what I'm saying? And I have to do what's best for what I prioritize over here. Because for some reason, people treat faith like it's just something to do. We treat faith, especially when it comes to family, because the first thing people say is, God will never tell you to cut your family off. Are you kidding me?
First of all, what Bible y'all reading?
Yeah.
Because we read in the Bible where God told people to cut their family off.
Yeah.
We read in the Bible where people's relatives was removed and all kinds of things.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody. But again, the cases that we have encountered, this is why I speak the way that I do. Because of the cases we've encountered, the things that we have to counsel people out of. Okay, some people was ruined by their family. Ruined. And we had to rebuild them again.
Yeah.
And these same people still feel like, well, we still family. Obviously, that meant nothing to you. Obviously, that meant nothing to you because if it meant something to you, you would have treated me better. If it meant something to you, I'm talking about abusive fathers, neglectful mothers. I'm talking about I'm not talking about the ignorant stuff. I'm talking about the deliberate stuff, the wicked stuff. You got brothers stealing from you, and other horrific things I'm not going to mention up here that was done by brothers, sisters, uncles. I didn't heard it all.
Stuff we can't say up here, but
I didn't heard it all.
We all got a relative somewhere that needed a visit from Olivia and the Special Victims Unit. So y'all just do what you will with that information. If you know, you know.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But because they family, you are obligated to keep them around, because they're family. That's not your real family. And I'm going to tell you something. Anyone that tries to get you, that's still your uncle.
No.
I forgive you. Okay, but you haven't even acknowledged or repented for what you did.
That part. How y'all, and I'm glad you said that, because God can still deliver somebody and heal somebody and restore them. But they haven't even repented. They don't feel bad. They haven't even stood up, apologized to the family. Y'all sit around these holiday dinners and you are laughing and joking with the family Chester. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You sitting there playing spades with your uncle that is responsible for you having cousins on both sides of the family. Like y'all sit there with this dysfunction and he and ha like it's okay.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That stuff is dysfunctional. I'm sorry. The reason why some of y'all jacked up because your family jacked up and your mama done cast a spell on you.
Ooh.
Your daddy done cast a spell on you that make you feel obligated to still come around, be around, and do this and that and the third. Okay, you are under a spell. You are under a spell. See, there's a thing called parental witchcraft. There's a reason why familiar spirits and the key word is familiar is family. It's your family deity. That's why you keep going around them, because you've made an idol out of them. And they have indoctrinated you to make an idol out of them. I'm not saying hate your family if you got a good family. Okay, but see, that's not a lot of people's cases. You understand? That's not a lot of people's cases. All right. And like I said, like if we told you the list of things that we've had to counsel people through, you'll understand why we talk the way we talk it and why we speak on this every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because truth be told, you know, everybody ain't your family. Your family is the one who do the will of the Father.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes in order to be delivered, you got to get out of that familiarity. You got to come from among that familiarity with them familiar spirits. That's why you're still struggling.
Mm.
You're still struggling because you're going to see them every week.
Mm.
Ooh, you're still struggling because you still let them walk in your house.
Y'all,
You have been bewitched to be afraid to disappoint mama, daddy, grandmama, granddaddy, aunt, brother, sister, cousin. I've seen people who can't even obey God because they don't want to move away from their family. Okay, God made me tell you to move to a whole nother state over. Where I don't want to leave my sister. She don't got nobody else. What that got to do with God?
Your sister is an adult.
God ain't thinking about your sister when it comes to what He telling you to do.
Right.
Your sister need to get in the place with God so she find out what God called her to do.
Exactly. God may call her to a whole nother state, and y'all on two opposite ends of the nation.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like you know, I've seen people move relatives in that the other spouse was totally against, and then you move them in like, okay, why you moving? Well, that's my brother. I can't see him outside. Okay, but if your brother,
you finna see yourself divorced.
Yeah, for real, for real. You know, it's crazy. You know, your dad wonder why you can't move him in, and you got room in your house, but your dad is a known thief. Heck no. No, baby, because I don't want to have to move nobody in my house. I got to watch.
That part.
You understand what I'm saying? Or, you know, I don't want to move nobody in my house that I can't trust around my kids when I'm not around. Come on now, because some of y'all got them relatives too. Some of y'all got them relatives too. You see what I'm saying? So to say, you know, people love to say all the time, well, family is everything.
No.
There is nowhere in the Bible that says that.
No.
And honestly,
don't the Bible say a man's enemies will be who? Of his own house. Come on, y'all.
Of his own house.
See, you see how we cherry pick the Bible, but then we skip over scriptures like that?
Yeah.
The ones that tell us the truth of what we don't actually want to hear.
Listen, I'm not anti-family. I love my family. But see, where was my family when I was struggling?
Ooh, come on
now. Well, where was my family when I was homeless?
That part. Come on.
Where was my family when I started a church, for crying out loud?
Come on now.
Okay, where was my family? Okay, when I was going through this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? I built everything from scratch, apart from family. And I'm not mad at them, but they can't obviously expect to be a priority when they was not there through the struggle. And some people will also, there's the other side of the coin, some people will be there through the struggle to have a stronghold on you. Okay. Come on now. Some people are there through the struggle because they're aiding your struggle, because your struggle still gives them a level of either control or influence over you. And with those kind of people, okay, you will not prosper until you leave them be. That thieving brother, that poverty mentality cousin wants you to club every week, and you don't got and you barely got enough money to pay bills. Okay, come on now. I've seen parents and children always borrowing money from each other. Something wrong. When you always borrow money from each other, something wrong with that. Okay, like somebody need to change their habits somewhere.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of our patterns and characteristics and things, according to scripture and science, we have inherited from our bloodline. Sometimes some people will only be free when they divorce the bloodline. That don't mean treat your family like, oh, you know, whatever. I mean, you still come around on Thanksgiving, maybe. Okay. Now, if you don't deal with me throughout the rest of the year, I ain't don't expect me to come around for no holiday.
Exactly. And that's a good point, because that's another thing that y'all need to stop doing. Why are you taking time to go fly, drive, train, bus, go see people that have not called you the rest of the year? You have not talked to them outside of maybe a birthday text or a happy Father's Day, happy Mother's Day. You do not have regular relationship with them. Y'all don't meet for lunch. Y'all don't FaceTime once a month or every 2 months. You have no interaction, but you're breaking your neck. Some of y'all spending money that you don't even have to spend to go see people who have showed absolutely no interest in investing in your life.
Come on now.
Getting to know you, getting to know your family, letting you get to know them. You really don't have no relationship with them outside of that's my family. But you're taking time and you're the one on the sacrificing end to make the meeting happen.
But you know what, too?
What's that?
But then as soon as you do something that they disapprove of, they're the first person who think they got the right to say something.
Ooh!
I don't know how many.
So true.
I don't know how many cousins I had to rebuke. Okay.
Well, I just feel, who are you?
Well, I'm his cousin, so I can. So okay,
No.
when was the last time we talked?
No.
You don't even have my number, but you gonna comment on my post?
No.
I got cousins that are blocked forever.
You don't outrank nobody as a cousin.
I have cousins that are blocked forever because they disrespected my wife. You understand what I'm saying? No, you are blocked forever. If you go to heaven, I'll see you in heaven. Bless God. But you are blocked forever on earth. Okay? Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Why? I don't understand. See, family feel like they have a right to something they've contributed nothing to.
Exactly.
Nothing to. You see what I'm saying? And again, you know, when it comes to, I notice when you come to your relationship with God, when you really start drawing closer to God,
that's it.
He begins to start dealing with these areas in your life. Some people are not necessarily evil; they're just not good for you.
That part.
And you know, my thing is, you know, just practical wise, okay, like you never showed any kind of interest in a person's business, mm-hmm. a person's life, a person's ministry, venture, whatever it is that they're doing. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's good. See, that's the thing. It's good. You know, you never showed any kind of interest in it, mm-hmm. but then you still expect say, and you expect to have this. I don't know what this is. This family kind of camaraderie, or whatever it is, kind of thing. I don't even know what to call that yet. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no such thing as family rights.
That part.
you know, like you have parental rights, and then you got a such thing called grandparents' rights. That's something else.
I wish somebody would.
That's something else imaginary too. But then some people feel like they have cousin rights and brother and sister rights and stuff. There ain't no rights.
Why would you fight to go see somebody that don't want to see you anyway?
For real.
That don't make no sense.
For real. If we don't talk no other time, then I'm not interested in talking, period.
Right. What is the point?
There's no hatred. There's no hatred.
Exactly.
I walk by people all the time, every day. Okay, you pass people in the store every day. Okay, you can just be another Negro on the street. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Because if blood really meant something, then you would show that blood meant that. And see, when you, well, I can say for me, see my, when I was in the world, mm-hmm. and I'm gonna say it, and I don't care who don't like it, I don't care, because my platform was our platform. We said we won't. When I was in the world, people had the most to say.
Yeah.
Right. When I was in the world, people had the most to say, and then when I gave my life to the Lord, because I was the gossip of the family for a minute, mm-hmm. And I was my grandmother's embarrassment. Mm-hmm. So you're the only one in the family that ever been to jail, which is not true, but I ain't gonna spend nobody's business. She's with the Lord now, God bless her. But then when I gave my life to the Lord, and then when I got bold, I got vocal about my faith, I still was a problem. Mm. You understand what I'm saying? And then, of course, I'm not Black Lives Matter like that. So, I'm really a problem. Lord. They really don't like me, So my thing is this. you know, I rather them be displeased with me doing the will of God than not doing the will of God. You understand? Some of you will not move because you're afraid of disappointing family. Because you've yoked yourself so much to the family to where you've entangled them into the will of God for your life. And you have become so tied to a group of people that are nice people. They may genuinely love you, but they're enemies to your destiny. That's why Jesus said a man's enemies will be that of his own house. Oh, see, some of you are yoked to your enemies that share the same genetic markers as you.
Same house.
Come on, same house. Listen, I've had to counsel people that have had to cut off their siblings, man. How long are you gonna keep enduring mistreatment in the name of, well, we still supposed to just reconcile and get it right, and I'm still just supposed to just put up with your mess because you my brother.
No.
Or you my sister. The devil be damned. Okay? We not doing that. And you're not obligated to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Stop letting people put this family witchcraft manipulative tactics on you, making you feel like, well, because it's family, you got to. No, you don't. No, you don't. Some people don't even need to know where you live at.
That part.
They don't need to know where you live. Well, I want to mail something to your house. No, I'll come get it.
You send it to my P.O. box.
Yeah, some of you need to get you a P.O. box. Okay, then they're very inexpensive. Some of you need to get you a P.O. box just so your little family members can, who want to be nosy and know where you live at, but they don't need to know where you live at. They need to go ahead on and send you something. If they really want to send you something, let them send it to your P.O. box. Okay, because some people again don't need to know where you live. Well, I want to see the children. Your son, your daughter need to know they family.
And that's another thing. How you want to see somebody's child, but you don't want to see them? Because there's a reason why you're not seeing them in the first place.
Come on here.
And I cannot for the life of me understand why you want to bypass a whole adult and build a relationship with their child. Because see, most of us can agree that's creepy.
It is.
Them being a relative don't make it any better. Before you want to be all in that child's face and risk bad mouthing their parent, you need to repair what is broken or fix the issue or send the apology or get to the root. Find out what the issue of the situation is.
Yeah, for real.
Because that doesn't make any good sense.
For real, because I can only speak for us. If you don't have a good relationship with us, my kids ain't gonna know who you are.
No, because I'm not going out my way to bring them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Or for you to come. No,
I don't care.
We not putting that in the calendar. We're just not.
I don't care if your cousin, granddaddy, whoever. Okay, if you don't have a good relationship with us, then you surely ain't. Our kids ain't gonna know you.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. The only time they may know of who you are is if we decide to bring them to your funeral. Oh, that's cruel. No, that's not cruel, baby. Okay, too many people have been damaged by not properly putting people in their place. Okay, listen, y'all make flesh and blood everything. But from a lot of the people that we've counseled, man, flesh and blood did them in. They need to be delivered from flesh and blood. They still healing from flesh and blood. Their money is still recovering from flesh and blood. Okay, they're still recovering physically in their body from flesh and blood. Okay, you and your sibling get mad and they just haul off and hit you, but you're just supposed to just patch things up because we saw stuff. The hell wrong with these people? y'all people who fall. Listen. Don't be dumb. Just because I show sister does not mean you have to repair relationship with somebody who put their hands on you like that, especially when they feel like they're in the right. They have not repented. I'm all for giving people a chance to repent, but most people feel like they don't have to fully repent, okay, towards you because we family and we just supposed to just patch it up because we family. And y'all a trip. Y'all a trip, man. I would never fall for this stuff. Okay, because I remember when I was in the lowest place of my life, it were people who was not my flesh and blood who did me better. Exactly. I've been done better by people outside of my family than people that I call family. Come on, aunts and uncles, none of them jokers was there. None of them jokers was there. Well, I think I got one aunt that's real special to me. Okay, real special to me because she looked out for me when I was little. Okay, she listen. When I'm rich, she's rich. Okay, because she's always looked out for me. All right, but everybody else, who, where, what, how, who, what, where, when, how. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, it's amazing when your eyes open, right, and you begin to see people in situations for who they are, right. And then some people may say, well, you don't know what they was going through too, because people like to say that too, right? You don't know what they was going through too, right? But then you see them selectively deal with situations. See, I'm saying this because I'm trying to open some of y'all's eyes because I know how all this stuff be playing out in different scenarios. And I'm trying to get you to see. This is not to get you to hate or despise anybody, right? But I'm just trying to get you to realize that you're prioritizing the wrong people, baby. There are people that'll do you better than family will ever will do you. We are living witnesses of this. And it don't mean you gotta hate family. Just I talk to you every once in a while. If that, but if we don't talk, I ain't hurt. I ain't hurt. You have been replaced 2 times over. I ain't hurt. But see, some of you don't want to be hurt. And that's why you keep holding on to people that's still hurting you. And you're so blind by love, you don't see how bad they really hurting you. Come on now. Some of you will prosper when you get away from family. Some of you will have peace when you get away from family and learn to live without them. Okay. Some of you need to make you some new friends and build genuine platonic bonds with people. Okay. And guess what? You wouldn't need family then. You wouldn't be thinking about them. You understand what I'm saying? There are sisters and brothers that can be more dear to you and closer to you than natural sisters and brothers. I'm not anti-family. Some people say, well, Blair, you sound anti-family. I'm not anti-family. I'm anti-dysfunctional family. And most of our families are dysfunctional, and they have this dysfunctional entitlement to your life. I'm dysfunctional, you dysfunctional. But even though I contribute to your dysfunction, you still shouldn't try to be free from me because we family. So you need to tolerate my dysfunction while you trying to get rid of yours. The devil and his grandmama, if he had one, is a liar.
Yeah, no. Listen, in closing, make sure you do an honest assessment before you get all your feelings. Before you cut on them Christmas albums, you ready to dust off.
Come on now.
Just sit down and get an honest assessment of who really is your family, who you really need to see, who you need to stop seeing. Before you go spending all this money you don't need to spend. If you are, who is that relative that you tolerate? Who is that person you put up with? You don't need to go see them. They don't need to go see you. Even if you didn't already invited them, you need to just call them back and apologize. Look, I'm sorry. I know I invited you. I know we were expecting you for dinner, but I don't think it's going to work out this year. So, I'm going to have to rescind that. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't have no explanation. It's just I'm not going to be able to host you this year. Some of y'all, you need to go back and assess it because you create your own frustration and misery and curse your own finances by investing and spending money towards somebody or a couple of somebodies because they're family and they don't wish you any well-being. You frustrate yourself, you stress yourself out, your body's sick, all these different things. So listen, do an honest assessment, a very, very honest assessment of what's going on. You got any more closing remarks before we get out of here?
Again, a lot of times you'll discover that your real family is not your family by blood, but they're your family by relationship, loyalty, commitment, and overall genuineness. You understand what I'm saying? They're not leeches trying to always, take from you and, just a lot of all that other stuff that y'all have experienced, but that you feel obligated to still put up with because that's family.
Right.
And some folk you barely talk to, but you still have to be super loyal to them because that's family.
Yeah.
Nah, bump all that. Them days need to be done in your life.
Well, listen, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Tell us down in the comments what you think. If you're somebody that have had to cut off family and just kind of bypass it, tell us down in the comments. We want to hear from you. What was that like for you? How did you overcome it? What steps did you have to take to kind of put your foot down? And if you are somebody that's knowing you need to do this, is hitting home, is knocking on your door, is coming down your road, your street, but you're struggling or maybe having a challenging time navigating it, tell us down in the comments what your holdup is from making the shifts you need to bring you that ultimate peace when it comes to dealing with family that's really not family. So maybe, we can join in and kind of give you some comments back and dialogue and see how we can help you navigate that. But listen, until next time, make sure you follow us over on IG at King and Queen Blair. Until next time on the F3 Podcast, goodbye.